Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newark Municipal Council's public meeting. Please rise for the singing of the national anthem and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. And the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yes, sir.
If we could take a moment to reflect in memory of Mayor Kenneth Allen Gibson and also Chief Thomas O'Reilly, we like to take a moment of silence on that.
And can we add Mrs. Pearl Beatty to this?
Ms. Pearl Beatty too, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President, in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice has been provided to the Star-Ledger, the Jersey Journal, and to the public at large establishing the date, time, and location of this meeting. May I have a roll call of those present, please?
Amador. Here. Gonzalez.
Present.
James.
Present.
Callum absent. McIver.
Present.
Osborne absent. Ramos.
Here.
Trump absent. President Quintana.
Here.
Mr. President, on the agenda, we are on page 2, Council of the Whole to accept the reports of the boards and commissions.
Okay. So move. So move. Second and okay.
Amador.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Callum absent. McIver.
Yes.
Osborne absent. Ramos.
Yes.
Trump absent. President Quintana.
Yes.
Ordinance is on first reading. 6FA is an ordinance to permit the short-term rental use of all legal dwellings and establish minimum standards for short-term rental use. Council of the Whole to defer action at this time.
Roll call.
Amador.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Callum absent. McIver.
Yes.
Osborne absent. Ramos.
Yes.
Trump absent. President Quintana.
Yes.
B is an ordinance to entitle the short-term rentals in Title 8, entitled Housing Code. Council of the Whole to defer action at this time.
Roll call.
Amador.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Callum
Yes, I'm here. You can notate me on the prior three. Yeses on the prior three, please.
Yes.
Osborne absent. Ramos
Yes.
absent. President Quintana.
Yes. Continue.
C is an ordinance which would add transient accommodations, short-term rentals to the list of properties subject to the license fee assessment, and amends Schedule A to authorize the inclusion of transient accommodations as they become identified. Council of the whole to defer action at this time.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Yes.
Callum,
Yes.
Yes.
Ramos
Yes.
absent. President Quintana.
Yes.
D is a ordinance for amending Chapter 20 entitled Hotel Occupancy Tax and Title 10 entitled Finance and Taxation. Council of the whole to defer action at this time.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Callum. Absent. MacGyver,
Yes.
Ramos,
Yes.
absent. President Quintana.
Yes.
Councilman McIver? Yes. E is a,
Mr. President,
Yes. Council Ramos.
just real quick on A through D, I know there, I think, very important issues that were raised concerning these ordinances, but I just want to state on the record that I do believe there's a need locally for us to regulate, how Airbnb operates. We've seen horror stories around the country where been examples of property owners converting entire apartment buildings into de facto hotels, utilizing Airbnb as a conduit. And if the municipality or the city of Newark does not take an aggressive approach in regulating and setting standards and ensuring that Airbnb operators comply with local zoning regulations, that we consider some restrictions on where Airbnb should not operate, we will be in the same boat as some of these other cities that have had major problems with Airbnb. So I would encourage the administration, through your chair and the clerk, to review some of the concerns that have been expressed, both by Councilman Crump and Councilman James, and some of the suggestions that I raised at yesterday's meeting to present to us, revised set of regulations and restrictions as it relates to Airbnb, because right now they're operating in the city without any restrictions. And I think the attempt of the administration with these ordinances was to establish standards, to establish some fee structure when it comes to licensing potential Airbnb operators, and we have to get something done soon. I just want to put that on the record.
Can we, as noted? Thank you. Continue.
6FE is an ordinance to repealing and replacing Title 8 Business and Occupations, Chapter 23, Precious Metals and Gems. This requires the use of electronic database recording for shorthand and transient dealers, secondhand and transient dealers. Councilman Ramos wishes to move, second by Councilman Gonzalez.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Callum. Guyver,
Yes.
Ramos,
Yes.
Osborne absent. Trump absent. President Quintana.
Yes.
F is an ordinance titled 61, Chapter 12, Section 2-1 of the Revised General Ordinance of the City of Newark, as amended and supplemented to correct the current terms of office. Council of the whole to adopt on first reading.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Callum,
Yes.
Guyver,
Yes.
Osborne absent. Ramos,
Yes.
Trump absent. President Quintana.
Yes.
Ordinance on public hearing, second reading, and final passage. Oh, before I do that, Mr. President, the ordinance adopted on first reading today will be advertised in accordance with law, and a public hearing will be held at the regular council meeting of April 17th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. here in the council chamber. Ordinance on public hearing, second reading, and final passage. 6 PSNF-A is an ordinance amending ordinance for 6 PSNF-L adopted on August 7, 2013, to adopt the Third Amendment to the Newark River Public Access and Redevelopment Plan by revising certain requirements related to lots 30, 31, 34, 40, 42, 45, 80, and 82 in Block 447 in the area bounded by Mount Pleasant Avenue and Clay Street and McCarter Highway. Is there anyone present that wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
No one appearing.
No one appearing, motion to close the public hearing and adopt. Council of the whole.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Callen,
Yes.
Guyver,
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos,
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes. Continue.
B is ordinance amending in the revised general ordinances of the City of Newark, amending the zoning code of the City of Newark, Title 61, to include a new section under Section 15 entitled Section 12.3, Professional Review Fees, Escrows, and Procedures to establish professional review fees and escrow deposit for the review and administration of redevelopment applications made to the City of Newark Central Planning Board, Board of Adjustment, and/or the Landmarks and Historic Preservation Commission. Is there anyone present that wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
No one appearing.
No one appearing, motion to close the public hearing and adopt. Council of the whole.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos,
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
C is an ordinance granting a 23-year tax abatement to 98 Frelinghuysen Real Estate Urban Renewal Entity, LLC, for a project to deliver a site pad and construct a 110-room motel above the existing parking garage located at 94-120 Frelinghuysen Avenue. At yesterday's we had discussed the administration had requested that this be deferred. However, today they have informed me that they are prepared to allow it to go forward. Is there anyone present that wishes to be heard on this ordinance?
No one appearing, but is the administration going to speak on it? This is the administrator.
Eric Pennington, Business Administrator. I don't have anything to add other than pursuant to conversations with the developer and the unions, we're prepared to move forward with this, and Councilman James may have more to add.
Nothing more. I'll sponsor.
Mr. Sponsor, do I have a second? Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Abstain.
James,
Yes.
Callen,
Yes.
MacGyver,
Yes.
Osborne absent, Quintana. I'm sorry. Ramos,
Abstain.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
Adopted. Resolutions. Resolution 7R1A is a temporary emergency appropriation for the New Jersey program grant, which will provide for improved screening rates and health outcomes for colorectal cancer and lung cancer. B is the use of a state contract for the purchase of vehicles. C is the use of a state contract for the purchase of vehicles. D is a bid contract to provide athletic apparel to the city. E is a bid contract to provide mowing services and park maintenance.
Okay. Continue.
Through 7R1E. Council of the whole to adopt.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
I abstain on the purchase of uniforms, whatever it is.
The apparels?
Yes.
Did you ever get the information?
We asked yesterday for
No.
some
Didn't get it.
documentation. We haven't received it.
Council President, I just want to
Yes.
say, we need to get the information that Councilman Gonzalez requested, and I have some other concerns regarding the bidding of this particular contract, but I think we should start with getting the information we requested yesterday in our pre-meeting.
As noted? Yeah, Councilman. Yes, Councilman.
I actually spoke to some vendors from Newark who didn't know about the bid, and I just have an issue with someone from Pennsylvania getting a bid. We can get someone from Newark.
We're in the middle of a roll call.
Okay, as noted. Yes.
Abstain.
You have,
On C, on D, rather.
On D?
Abstain on D. Yes on the others.
Yes on all, abstain on D.
Councilman absent Ramos.
yes on all, I also abstain on D.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes on all except D. Abstain on D.
All pass except D fails. 7R2A is a authorizing amending resolution for the Department of Economic and Housing Development for the Second Amendment to the redevelopment agreement, the Old Third Ward Redevelopment LLC. Councilwoman MacGyver, second.
I'll second.
Oh,
Second by,
I'm sorry, for that one, actually, I received information from the administration that we have worked this out, so I would like to move it.
prepare to move it.
Second.
You sponsor, you move,
Sponsor.
to move.
Seconder?
I'll second.
Second, Councilman Gonzalez. Roll call.
Amador.
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
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 MacGyver.
Yes.
Absent Ramos.
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
7R3A is an authorizing resolution for the Department of Engineering designating a bus stop. This is the deletion of a bus stop. We have given you a response from the Department of Engineering as to the reason for this deletion.
Mr. President.
Yes.
I
Councilman
want to
Ramos.
state that, we did receive a letter, but again, this is another example of a decision that was made at a very local level by a department head, and there was, I don't think, any conversation with the ward council person. I'm sure there are a lot of residents who would love to have, bus stop removed in front of their property, and I don't think it's always been the protocol that, the letter submitted to the department head, and then the department head makes the decision that they want to submit correspondence to New Jersey Transit to have it removed without having any kind of conversation with the ward council person. So this is something I think the BA has to address, because it happens all the time here.
Councilman Amador.
Mr. President, I had an opportunity yesterday afternoon to talk to the manager of traffic and signals and also the director of Department of Engineering. My concern is still the same. If you're going to eliminate, and I'm all for the elimination of a bus stop in front of a driveway. First of all, the bus stop should have never been put in front of a driveway, and that should be removed. My concern is the fact that there is no other location on the resolution. In view of the fact that there's a lot of development coming into that particular area, we need to seriously look at the other possibilities, either before this existing location or way after. I'm all for the removal of the bus stop in front of a driveway, but we seriously have to look at an alternative in terms of placing the bus stop somewhere around there. I talked to also the developer was doing 82 units almost in front of this location, and he also has some concerns. Once the project is terminated, where can the folks who are going to move into his building access the bus? We need to be more specific, and I suggest we don't do anything about it. We defer the matter until we find a better location for this.
Mr. President?
Yes,
I
Councilman.
just asked Councilman Amador, so prior to this popping up on the agenda, was there any conversation with your office about proposal to remove this bus stop?
Not before and not until I questioned yesterday afternoon. Okay. After the meeting that we had in the morning, by luck or accident, I went to talk to the Director of Engineering, and the Manager of Traffic and Signals was there, and we talked about this, but I find it strange that no one had talked to us before this.
And I just want to suggest that perhaps if that dialogue does happen, then on today's agenda, you would have had, not only the removal of this bus stop that should not be where it is, but also a suggestion as to where this bus stop could be relocated, to meet the demands of residents in that community. But the fact that there isn't that dialogue, really hampers our ability to conduct business sometimes here.
Good afternoon. Natasha Rogers, Chief Operating Officer for the City of Newark. Upon discussion with the Director of Engineering yesterday in response to this agenda item, I just want to clarify two things. That irrespective of the letter that was sent on New Jersey Transit letterhead to other New Jersey Transit initiative officials within New Jersey Transit, the communication from the City of Newark as a direction from the Director of Engineering was for a relocation of a bus stop. Because physically, as you all have concurred, the bus stop was at someone's driveway, affecting someone's ability to move on their private property. The request was for relocation. New Jersey Transit, with their resources, evaluated their system because they manage the bus stops and said that given the availability of other bus stops in the area, their conclusion was to eliminate the bus stop. I just want to add clarity. I also want to make it clear to the public that as new development arises, that this is not the Department of Engineering's decision to create new bus stops or eliminate new bus stops. That is not the city's. We opine on it, given constituents' needs and council members' feedback, but we don't direct New Jersey Transit on where they should put. We don't have unilateral authority on when bus stops are created or eliminated. We recommend and advise. But to your point, yes, a conversation should have been happened because it affects your ward.
But the point is that we had the authority to put the bus stop in front of a driveway. and now we should have the authority to remove the bus stop. The letter that was sent from the Director of Engineering to Mr. Lewis indicates that there are 2 bus stops close by. What we should do is sit down with New Jersey Transit and work out a way based on the development that is coming into the area, which is going to be massive. And leaving those folks without a bus stop in that area goes against our interests and everybody else's interests. So what I would suggest is that we should talk to New Jersey Transit and look for a way and the location, and potentially 1 or 2, instead of having 3, look for 1 or 2 locations where we can put the bus stops.
Noted.
What I'm basically doing is looking into the future. I'm not concerned about. I know that we should, in first place, we should never, ever put a bus stop in front of a driveway. Okay? And we had the authority to do it at that time. Since we did it, maybe we should have the authority to remove it now and look for a way where our interests and the interests of the residents, not only now but in the future, can be met.
Okay.
Yes.
As noted. Okay.
So what I suggest...
This property used to be a separate property at one time. It was, then it was sold to the owner of this property. And there was no driveway at the time because it was a property, if I remember, this was a property that belonged to the city. Then the city sold that a portion of that property, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, basically, I think the driveway, you're right, you might be right. The driveway came after the bus stop because the house is new, basically. It's no more than 10 years old. And the bus stop should have been removed at the time that,
Common sense.
I don't know.
Let's remove it, Augie, and let's talk about the placement later.
Council of the whole to adopt?
Remove the bus stop.
Roll call.
Okay, can we vote to remove the bus stop and entertain discussion on a potential new location to put the bus stop? This bus stop?
I'd have to make it.
Well, Well, ask the administration to request a new location.
Right.
Can we do it?
We can, this resolution will remove the bus stop.
We will move to remove the bus stop, but what I suggest is that we go back, revisit the entire matter, and come up with a different location where we can place a new bus stop.
All right. Right, that's a plan. All right.
Is that a plan?
It's the plan.
That's a plan.
Second. The Amador plan. Second.
See,
Roll call.
Roll call.
Yes.
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 Osborne absent, Ramos.
We should do it.
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes. We'll continue.
7R3B is a authorizing resolution for the Department of Engineering designating a bus stop on Nicholas Street.
Okay.
Council,
This one emphatically yes.
All right.
It's for East Side High School, and it's for the convenience of the students who go to that school and do not live in the area. This is a situation that has been talked about many times. I think this is a terrific addition because it gives the ability to those students who do not live in the East Ward to pick up the bus outside of the school.
do you wish to sponsor?
I'll second that.
I'll sponsor, yes.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
Guyver.
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos.
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes. Continue.
7R4A is a authorizing resolution for the Department of Finance approving the form of sale for city-secured bonds. This is $20 million. Council of the Whole?
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
Guyver.
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos.
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
Mr. President, the next block of resolutions through 7R5R on page 23 are all contract ratifying authorizing resolution for the Department of Health and Community Wellness for a contract with subrecipient to provide HIV/AIDS-related health and supportive services to the Newark eligible metropolitan area. 7R5A is the Catholic Family and Community Services Hope House. B is the Community Health Law Project. C is Cura, Inc. D is the Hyacinth AIDS Foundation. E is Isaiah House, Inc. F is the St. James Social Services Corporation. G is the Rutgers State University, New Jersey Infectious Disease Practice. H is the Urban Renewal Corporation. I is the St. Michael's Clinic, Inc., the Peter Ho Memorial Clinic. J is the Trinitas Regional Medical Center Early Intervention Program. K is the United Way of Greater Union County. L is the North Jersey AIDS Alliance doing business as the New Jersey Community Research Initiative. M is the Atlantic Health Systems, Inc., Morristown Medical Center. N is the Neighborhood Health Services Corporation. O is Team Management 2000, Inc. P is the Newark Community Health Centers, Inc. Q is the Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Newark St. Bridget's AIDS Support Network. And R is the AIDS Consortium, Inc., doing business as Broadway House for Continuing Care. Through 7R5R, Council of the Whole to adopt.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
Guyver.
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos.
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
705A is a ratifying authorizing resolution for the Department of Health and Community Wellness for an application and acceptance of grant funds to expand the access to integrated substance use disorder and mental health services. Council of the Whole to adopt.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Gallo.
Yes.
Guyver.
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos.
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
7R8A is a authorizing resolution for the Office of Municipal Council City Clerk for a constable appointment. 8B is a resolution waiving permit application fees for the annual Portugal Day Parade. 8C are various expressions of profound sorrow and regret. 8D are various recognizing and commending resolutions. Through 7R8D, Council of the Whole to adopt.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
McCallum,
Yes.
Yes.
Osborne, absent, Ramos,
Yes.
absent, President Quintana.
Yes. Continue.
7R9A is a authorizing resolution for the Department of Public Safety Division of Police for the acceptance of a donation. This is 300 Operation Gratitude Care pouches. 9B is a ratifying authorizing resolution for the Department of Public Safety Division of Police for exception to public bidding for support and maintenance of proprietary software. 9C is a ratifying authorizing resolution for the Department of Public Safety Division of Police for continuing contract with subrecipient to partner with the Rutgers University in order to develop an evidence-based strategy that leverages crime analysis and technology with goal improvement public safety in the high crime areas. Through 7R9C, Council of the Whole to adopt.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Yes.
McCallum,
Yes.
Driver,
Yes.
Osborne, absent, Ramos,
Yes.
Trump, absent, President Quintana.
Yes. Continue.
7R12A is a
Mr. President, before
Yes.
we vote,
Councilor Gonzalez.
on that grant or that agreement with Rutgers, I would like to see a presentation after the study is done so that to see what the results are.
yes.
So if you would write a letter to the director of Ambrose to, once the study is completed, to come to us with a report.
Okay, that's noted. Mr. Clerk?
Yes.
Thank you.
7R12A is a ratifying, authorizing, and amending resolution for the Department of Water Sewer Utilities for a professional services contract, First Amendment to the professional engineering services contract on an as-need basis. This would add this is for CME Associates. B is also the First Amendment to the professional services contract on an as-need basis. This is Civil Dynamics, a division of GZA. C is also an amendment to the professional services contract. This is Mott McDonald LLC. D is an amendment to this professional services contract. This is HDR Engineering, Inc.
Okay, yes, Councilor Gonzalez.
To note that this is extending the time, not adding any money to the contracts.
Yes, sir.
Okay, as noted.
Through 7R12D, Council of the Whole to adopt.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
McCallum,
Yes.
Driver,
Yes.
Osborne, absent, Ramos,
Yes.
Trump, absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
On communication, let's do the added starter pages first. 7R8E is a recognizing and commending resolution. 8F is a ceremonial street dedication for former Mayor Kenneth Allen Gibson. And 8G is a resolution in support of the official renaming of Broad Street in its entirety as Mayor Kenneth A. Gibson Boulevard. Through 7R8G, Council of the Whole to adopt.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
McCallum,
Yes.
Driver,
Yes.
Osborne, absent, Ramos,
Yes.
Trump, absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
On communications, 8A is an ordinance granting a 15-year tax abatement to the 869 Broad Street Urban Renewal LLC for a project to convert an existing 4-story retail and office building into a residential and retail development consisting of 37 market-rate residential rental units, 11,740 square feet of ground floor retail, and 886 square foot lobby located at 869-873 Broad Street in Newark. Councilman MacGyver, you were at the yesterday, you asked to be the sponsor. However, we have a request from the administration to defer action at this time.
It's fine.
Council of the whole to defer.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
McCallum,
Yes.
Guyver,
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos,
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
9A is an amendment to amend the definitions and adopt a land use regulations pertaining to medical marijuana treatment centers. Council of the whole to advance to first reading.
We missed B.
What about
Ms. B? Oh, I'm sorry.
8B.
8B is an ordinance adopting a ferry and main redevelopment plan in an effort to alleviate blight by encouraging the redevelopment of formerly industrial parcels 28-34 Main Street, 339-347 Ferry Street, and 331-337 Ferry Street.
Councilman.
Do you wish to sponsor?
Move it and approve it on first reading?
Adopt on first.
Adopt on first.
On first, this would make it 6F. G. Roll call to advance and adopt as 6FG.
Amador,
Roll call.
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
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 Guyver,
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos,
Yes.
absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
Mr. President, this ordinance that's been adopted on first reading today will be advertised in accordance with law, and a public hearing will be held at the regular council meeting of April 17th here in the council chamber beginning at 6:30 p.m. Pending business 9A is the marijuana treatment centers. Council of the whole to advance to first reading. Roll call.
Roll call.
Amador,
Far out, man. Yes.
This guy is on. Far out. Far out.
Yes.
Taking your medications?
Yes.
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos,
Yes.
Trump absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
Mr. President.
And Councilman Ramos.
Just want to mention what I put on the record at the last meeting when this came up is that, you know, I strongly believe that any applications for the establishment of medical marijuana facilities in the city of Newark should be heard by the Board of Adjustment, not the Planning Board. And I really feel that that's the right venue because it will give the community an opportunity to be noticed in case there is an application pending in their neighborhood and would give the community an opportunity to express any issues and concerns that they may have to the Board of Adjustment commissioners. Okay, and it would not make it a conditional use. It would require a variance to establish one of these facilities within the city of Newark.
It's noted, Mr. Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Continue.
We are now in the hearing of citizens. Welcome to the Newark Municipal Council's hearing of citizens. Only those individuals who have signed up by the closing deadline will be permitted to speak this afternoon. When your name is called, please step to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. You will be given 5 minutes to speak. When you begin speaking, you will see a small timing device on the podium in front of you, which will begin counting down your time. When you reach the 4-minute mark, the yellow light will illuminate, indicating that you have 1 minute remaining for a summation. When you reach your 5th minute, the red light will illuminate, and there will be an audible sound. Please look forward, speak into the microphone. We are recording these proceedings, and if you turn away, we may miss part of your statement. Please address questions to the chair and not to individual council members. The first speaker for this afternoon is Martha Rodriguez.
Martha Rodriguez, not appearing. She was here, but not appearing. Okay,
Phil
next
D.
speaker.
Phil D. Spears.
Not appearing.
Centeno Menu.
Menu. Not here.
Dion McCutcheon.
Not appearing.
Opal R. Wright.
She's appearing.
here.
She's here.
One that should.
No way. Whatever. Okay.
Yes, my name is Opal R. Wright. I reside at Vanderpool Street in Newark. My name, good afternoon. I'm here to speak on the laws that is cited, the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009. And I am concerned with the distribution of all the funds that are provided in this act. And this law, it has a purpose, and if we were to read the purposes and the purposes which I'm sure if anyone has started to read or began to read this law, when you study it, you will see that there are purposes which pertain to several very emergent incidents, things that are occurring that we would need our assistance on. And the assistance would be from our from the heads of our departments, all the programs and services, those departments that are provided these funds. You will also consider the, if we look at the general provisions in this act, you will see that each should be provided or should be part of the work for our mayor to make sure that all of the provisions are provided. And one specific, I would like to just mention that there is, it says that the funds that are available for the fiscal year, they are, as long as there's a portion that we can, at 1%, that what is available. So the competitive applications are really what should have been filled out. We're still asking that the availability, the access is pretty much made available. In the meantime, there is the application that was mentioned August 8th at the hearing. That would be an hour long maybe on a computer where you would set up your own, you would set it up so that you would email your application into the heads of the departments. This, if anything, it is showing an interest. You have the adoption as well, and that adoption of concurrent resolution would help to be able to walk into our agencies locally and provide the funds. I also would like to mention that with the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, there's, you can read this and study it. and you'll read the purposes and some of the provisions. For example, in Title 10, where there's improving the access of mainstream financial institutions, there would be provisions to expand access to banking systems for families with low and moderate incomes by authorizing a program to help such individuals open low-cost checking and savings accounts at banks or credit unions, and or create a pool of capital to enable community development, financial institutions, and provide small local retail loan programs. Also, I would like to just ask if I could submit to you, this is on the adjustment of U.S. zones and land use, where the monies that are going to, that you apply for programs and services such as developing, they would make and adjust for our local communities. So this is an adjustment I would hope you consider to adopt. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Wright. Next speaker.
10-4 Evans.
Not appearing.
Manur El-Bomani.
Appearing.
Thank you.
So Manira El-Bomani, citizen of Newark. Greetings, everyone. Of course, let me give honor and thanks to the Creator for allowing me the opportunity to stand here, be here, just for my life, health, and prosperity. Just a message to Newark homeowners and taxpayers of the city. As I keep saying, every council meeting, if we don't get involved with the politics that's going on in our community, there'll be consequences. So if you want return on investment, it is imperative for the residents of the city, particularly the homeowners and taxpayers, it is imperative that you stand with us, provoke accountability, and demand better leadership. So they have a recall that's been approved because some folks just not satisfied with the Murphy's administration. So it's a recall that is approved that he have to address right here at this day and time. The governor, the new governor, okay? There's a recall that is approved. So July 2019, you know, we got some folks that could be recalled in this city. So folks serious about doing a recall, well, we don't need too many numbers. Let's get busy. Wake up, folks. Comment to who's the president today, Cortana, in all due respects. You know, I've been a big supporter of you throughout the past, haven't I? Right? When you was the mayor, previous council. I just want to know how things fell apart with us. Why did you attack me assuming that I called your children names? And I want to know, where do your children work at? Where most of your people that live amongst you, where they work at? Who they work for?
Continue.
Okay? You know I'm a social justice activist. I have a right to address government, right? And you also are an elected official who took an oath, right? To uphold this Constitution, right?
Right.
So you know it's my constitutional rights, right? I'm quite sure you read the letter, right?
I'm listening.
Did you read the letter?
We're listening.
I'm quite sure all of y'all who took an oath read the letter that came in, okay? I want to talk about the issues now, which systemic issues that we've been addressing previous administrations, previous before and now. And Rass, Mayor Rass, M5, he's been a part of this administration since the Sharp administration. We got the same issues, right? We got a serious issue with towing in one side of the wards, like South Ward, West Ward, towing like people never seen before. And one side of the city. We need to figure out why is that happening in the Elizabeth Avenue, South Ward, West Ward. Somebody need to take a look at it, because residents are angry. Also, we got an issue with the contamination of our water. We got potholes that we had something on the list last year. Now, I asked you a question, what's going on with the past and present list to resume with the potholes? Now, you know we still got the homeless situation, which the epidemic is increasing, right? Homeless crisis, the numbers went up, housing disparities, ineffective policies like the first source hiring, the right to counsel don't exist, inclusionary zone, ineffective, all of these things ineffective that's supposed to be the driving force for gentrification, but here we get ready to have somebody come here from other towns to tell us about gentrification here in this city this coming weekend starting today or tomorrow. Okay? If you haven't gotten a clue about gentrification and the ineffective policies that you signed on to this. None of those policies exist today. So we asking for a new deal in this city, particularly for the economic disparities against black Americans in the city. The new school system, if you've seen the numbers, complete failure.
Thank you, time.
Failure. Did you see the numbers?
Yeah, thank you. Your time is up.
Most school educational kazars.
Your time is up. Thank you.
See the numbers here?
Thank you. Next speaker.
It's all y'all can say is thank you.
Next speaker.
Brenda Toyloy.
She's appearing.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Brenda Toyloy. I live at 229 Renner Avenue. I'm here today basically to correct a mistake that was made the last time I was here in regards to the water filtrations that I sell. That mistake was erroneous, and it was made by Ms. Natasha Love Rogers, recently appointed to a higher position here in the city of Newark. And I just want to say this. I did a little research with Natasha. I understand she's a highly educated woman and has made some real advances in her career. And she's a person, when I think about a young black woman, that I would be very proud of. And so I do excuse her and would like to correct that information for the citizens of Newark, that they may move forward to protect themselves in the long term. I am an independent builder with Multipure International. My ID number is 427994. Multipure International is the manufacturer of the Multipure drinking water systems. And they boast of a 50 years of existence. They own their systems. It is a family business. And also, they boast of an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and also Consumer Reports, Best Buy. Okay, and a warranty that includes a quadruple warranty. Okay, our stainless steel systems are warranted for a lifetime. There are many people here in the city of Newark that have these systems Yes, they did purchase them from me. And we are certified for up to 86 contaminants and also have the exclusive right of the United States military technology that affords our soldiers in the military, in the field, to actually drink water from the elephant's footprint, as long as that water is filtered by a multi-pure system. My information is, my website is mytapwaterdoctor.com. If you're looking for a really good water filtration system, that is the website you can go to, mytapwaterdoctor.com. My phone number is 973-856-6951. If you're looking for alkaline systems, I promote the Japanese system. If you're looking for that, go to tapwaterdoctor.com, and you'll find a lot of information there. Both of these companies are network marketing companies or human-based companies. I am recruiting people. The ability to earn as much as you can based on your own work ethic is extremely possible, and that's why I continue to do it. I also call it a home-based marketing program. I've continued to push this because of the fact that a lot of people here in the city of Newark are not highly educated as Ms. Rogers is. Okay, I have 2 degrees myself and am happy about that, but right here now, you don't need a degree to do this business. You just need a will and desire and good work ethic to do this business. Again, my phone number is 973-856-6951. I also like to take just a couple of seconds to say to a lot of my neighbors who have decided that they're not going to get the lead service replacement, that is not a good idea, because my lead service line broke a few years ago and I had to replace it. This is something that is a huge opportunity. It doesn't cost that much. If it breaks after the fact, you're up, you know Rose Creek without a paddle, because it's going to cost a lot of money. And considering it's so old, it will break. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk, that concludes the list of speakers. No. There's a rule that you must be present before, because you cannot speak before, you have to be present. Is that correct, Mr. Clerk?
Yes.
Will you state that, make
Yes,
that?
sir. The rule is that if you are not present when your name is called, we will not come back to you and call your name later.
Okay.
That's it. Let's go.
All right,
Mr. President, that concludes the list of speakers for this afternoon. The next hearing of citizens will take place at the regular council meeting of April 17th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. in the council chambers.
Well, there's Director Pat Council's here. Director?
Good morning, Director, Council.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Director, Council, Recreation, Cultural Affairs, and Senior Services. Just coming again to ask the Council's request to reconsider the vote on athletic apparel, as it has a lot to do with what we do over the summer. And I heard some statements about one individual wasn't going to vote, but they were waiting for information from their council colleague that he requested. And the problem that I have with that was that he requested Pop Warner information that had nothing to do with athletic apparel. And then there was another member who said that they didn't believe that the process or the information was correct, or not enough Newarkers knew about it, and there was a Newark vendor that won the bid. So I'm just asking for clarity and reconsideration on that motion.
There's no, we'll put it on, you want to put it on for Tuesday?
No, they say.
If we get the report?
We defer it. We defer it.
Defer? Okay, that's, continue, Mr. Clerk. Motions?
Mr. President, I have 3 pre-printed motions before we begin motions. The first motion is from Council President Crump asking for a letter to the administration to identify a location within City Hall to display the portrait of the late Mayor Kenneth Allen Gibson. The second is from Council Vice President Quintana, a letter to the Newark Board of Education asking them to identify a school property to be named in honor of the late Mayor Kenneth Allen Gibson. And finally, from Councilman Amador from today's meeting, a letter to the administration to identify a new location for the bus stop removed by Resolution 7R3A of today's meeting.
Yeah, Mr. Clerk, it was Councilman Amador about the portrait, who made that motion about the portrait, and the council president made the motion regarding the school district.
Oops, okay.
To find a school. I mean, that's what I recall. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, I stand corrected.
Okay.
Council of the whole on the pre-printed motions?
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
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 Osborne, absent, Ramos,
Yes.
absent, President Quintana.
Yes.
Motions?
Councilor Amador?
Some time ago, there was a very controversial project that is located at Delancey Street, and actually right off the ramp from Route 19. And in discussing the potential benefits that the city will get from this project, we found out that there was an additional, or I asked for an additional benefit to the area from this corporation. It's a major project that is going to have a huge impact in the community. And so in discussing this with them, the amount of the benefit, the amount of that they're willing to give to the community is about $300,000. And this was given to the law department to be included in the council's agenda about a month ago, and I haven't seen anything at all. So can we do some research and find out from the law department what's the status of the benefit or the commitment that this company made to the East Ward to rehabilitate a small park on Chestnut Street for a total of about $300,000. The other thing that I would like to have is a status from the law department also on the Hayes Park East project. Nothing has happened for over 6 months, and the community is kind of asking questions when this is going to be done. So that's my second, a letter to be given to the law department to find out what the status of this is.
Second.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez.
Yes.
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 Diver,
Yes.
Osborne, absent, Ramos,
Yes.
absent, President Quintana.
Quick comment. I do respect, I have the utmost respect for the administration and the directors of departments, but they should have the same respect for us that we have for them. And I believe that what Director Patrick did was wrong, and the administration should take action, because we could not and should not put up with stuff like that.
That's a motion, or?
No, it's just a comment.
I'd like to first congratulate Ms. Carolyn Wallace from IYL on her birthday, March 27th. I'd like to thank the NJIT, Rutgers University, and the Weequahic Sports Authority for a cleanup in Weequahic Park, which happened on the 30th. And I'd also like to congratulate Pastor Douglas Williams III for his 8th pastoral anniversary at Zion Hill Baptist Church. Coming up this weekend on Saturday, we have a community awareness conference at Belmont Runyon School. That's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. We also have a Keep America Beautiful South Ward Community Cleanup. That's going to be from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. from Clinton Avenue Community Soundstage at 436 Clinton Avenue. And we have a Women in Construction recruitment event at IYO, International Youth Organization, at 703 South 12th Street from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This Saturday. On the 9th, that's Tuesday, we have the Universal Soul Circus at Weequahic Park. That's Council, Friends, and Family Night. All are welcome. And on the 20th, we have my monthly community meeting at 400 Hawthorne Avenue from 9 to 11. All are welcome. Thank you.
Second.
Second.
Amador,
Yes.
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 Yes, Councilman.
Okay, I have a couple. I want to congratulate Laura Bonus Palmer for opening up the new art gallery at 509 South Orange Avenue, the Akwaba Gallery. Yes. They had a grand opening. I think Carlos was there last Tuesday.
Beautiful.
And it was beautiful. They have beautiful artwork in there. And that's one of the things that we want to do in West Ward is bring more arts and culture. And she did an excellent job. That's at 509 South Orange Avenue. You get an opportunity, please stop in. And also, the West Ward Senior Spring Fling, it will happen on May the 15th. I think you have to be over 55 years old. And to RSVP, you can call my office at 973-733-6427. That's all I have.
Second.
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
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 Osborne, absent, Ramos,
Yes.
absent, President
Yes. Councilwoman McIver.
So thank you. I have a couple of announcements. First, I want to start with some administration requests. Is it possible, I'm going to request through Council President Quintana today to get a more concrete list of the street paving schedule. The streets are, but yeah, by ward. Thank you, Councilman Ramos. By ward, we did receive a list from Director Scott and the administration with the list of paving that will begin. From what I heard last time, beginning April 1st. However, we need a more concrete list, a schedule about the street paving. We have citywide streets that are in severe status, riding down them literally. We get a lot of complaints regarding the streets, and I know, during the winter months we don't do paving, but now because it's spring, weather is breaking, we need to know when streets are going to be paved, especially streets that have been on the list for years. People are calling, and I think we need that breakdown by ward. So if we can get something from administration with some dates, not just through April 1st to August 31st. That's not really concrete for us to address constituents regarding when streets are going to be paved. So if we can get something a little better for that. In addition, I know a while ago, Councilman Ramos, who chairs our Public Safety Committee, had hosted a meeting so that we can invite the Chief Judge, as well as Corporate Counsel and our Public Safety Director out to discuss some of the fines, some of the court cases regarding illegal dumping and code enforcement. No one showed up to that meeting from the Judge's office, from the Municipal Court office, shall I say, and so we never had that conversation with them. But however, we're still getting complaints regarding cases being thrown out, fines being thrown out for people who are coming here, violating us in our city, illegally dumping, code enforcement violations. If those things are not sticking and we're having a problem as a city to make sure those fines stick or make sure people are held accountable for doing things like that to our city, then we need to have a meeting about that. And I want to commend Councilman Ramos for trying to host that committee so we can talk about those things, but if no one shows up from the various departments, then it's really not effective. And so we need to have a meeting about that because we're getting constant complaints regarding fines and court cases being thrown out. We need to know, what's going on with that. A few acknowledgments. I want to congratulate CKO Newark for their grand opening this past Saturday. They're located on Halsley Street. It's wonderful to have a CKO kickboxing gym here in the city of Newark, right here in our downtown area in the Central Ward. So I encourage residents to go out and get a membership right downtown on Halsley Street. You don't need to go out of town. You don't need to go to another city. You have a CKO right here in the city of Newark. So congratulations to those owners, women owners at that, for opening up that business. I also want to congratulate Newark Gals Inc. for their 6th annual Girls Conference that happened this past Saturday at Central High School. They had over 300 girls from the city of Newark who were present of a day of empowerment and workshops. It was an amazing event, so congratulations to them, nonprofit grassroots organizations who are doing great things in our city. A couple of save the dates. We're going to be kicking off our financial literacy workshop tonight in the Central Ward at the Clubhouse, located at 205 Spruce Street. That's going to be beginning at 6:30 p.m. We encourage Newark residents to come out, Central Ward residents to come out to kick off and learn how you can become financially stable. It's time to talk about becoming financially stable in our community, and also not so much just stable, but then how do we get financial wealth so that we can pass that down to our children. So I invite you to come out tonight to the Clubhouse, 6:30 p.m., 205 Spruce Street. There will be a health and wellness fair hosted at Technology High School that I am sponsoring. That's going to be on Saturday, April 13th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I'm encouraging all of my residents from the Lower Ballway and Latino districts to come out to the health fair. It's going to be an amazing day. Even some people from the north can come over, Councilman Ramos, so you can invite some folks over. I want to announce that we're going to be having our first annual Easter egg hunt. It's going to be at Greater Newark Conservancy, located at 32 Prince Street, and that's going to be on Saturday, April 13th. And it's going to be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So we're encouraging Central Ward residents to come out to that. And lastly, I want to congratulate our Central Ward difference maker for the month of March, which is Miss Elizabeth McGrady from the 7th Avenue area. She is literally amazing, and we want to shine light on her and acknowledge her for her hard work that she does, especially with staying on top of our divisions regarding recycling and sanitation. So I just want to say thank you to her and congratulate her. That's it for me.
Councilman Amador, you want to add something? He was waving his hand before.
Yes, one announcement, the Easter egg hunt, the East Ward Easter egg hunt will take place next Saturday, April 6th, at 10 a.m. at the Ironbound Rec Center. We sent the flyers to the schools. And the second one is, we would like to know, or I would like to know, what is the plan, now that we're over the winter, for the fixing of the potholes? Every year we go through this. Shall we compile the information and send it to the director, or do we have a different plan in terms of how to deal with this? We need to know as quickly as possible, because those potholes are really, really bad.
All right.
Second, the council lady.
Okay, roll call on that. Thank you. Hers first, and then his.
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez seconds. Roll call.
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Callum,
Yes.
McIver,
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos,
Yes.
absent, President Quintana.
Right. So now to Councilman Amador's motion, can you? Yes.
Second?
Roll call.
Amador,
Yes.
Gonzalez,
Yes.
Yes.
Callum,
Yes.
McIver,
Yes.
Osborne absent, Ramos,
Yes.
absent, President Quintana.
Yes. Councilman Ramos.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to add a little bit to the councilwoman's motion on the street paving schedule by ward, which I think it's definitely needed. I know last year there were a number of streets that were supposed to be paved as part of our regular contract, and because of some technical issues with the bidding of the actual service contract, we could not pave those streets last year. So on top of the streets that were slated to be paved in 2019, there are a number of streets that were supposed to be paved last year that are supposed to be in the pipeline for this year. So I think having a schedule by ward is important so we can inform residents in those surrounding communities when they could expect their streets to be paved. But on top of that, there were a number of streets that PSE&G worked on like 4 or 5 years ago. I've communicated with traffic and signals in the North Ward, and they have yet to come back and pave and fix those streets. And the fact that this is something that, you know, their infrastructure improvements happened so long ago, and then they fail to come back and repair and pave over those streets, you know, it's a problem. And that's something that the engineering department is supposed to be keeping track of. Other towns and cities around the state refuse to give PSE&G permits to do any additional work until they fix streets that they're supposed to pave. And that's something that's an extreme measure, but if they don't follow through and get some of these projects done and paving done, you know, it's a step that the city may have to consider. The other thing I want to request through your chair and the clerk is that we do have another public safety committee meeting. Councilwoman mentioned that last time we were going to talk about some of these charges that appear before the municipal court, a lot of them related to illegal dumping, other offenses that really negatively impact our business corridors, and we had the police chief there, but there was no representative from the municipal court. And to me, that's a slap in the face to this council. And I really feel that through your chair, the clerk, and the BA, that we emphasize to the court that they are a part of city government. And when this body asks for their participation in a meeting like the one we had, that's something that we expect and the residents of the city deserve. So I would ask through the clerk that we schedule another public safety committee meeting, emphasize to the court that they need to be there, the prosecutor's office as well, the municipal prosecutor, because oftentimes some of those cases that appear before court, you know, are pleaded out at that level. The other thing I want to put on the agenda for the Public Safety Committee meeting is to discuss with the police chief and director about how we're going to better deal with our social clubs around the city. We do have a number of very responsible social club operators, but then we have those that operate, you know, de facto bars, and they do create a lot of quality of life issues and complaints in our community. And, you know, I'm not sure how the city and the public safety department is able to shut down one of these establishments for, let's say, illegally serving alcohol, and 3 weeks later, you know, that establishment is open again. And then the other problem we have is that a lot of these establishments are becoming illegal after hours, and they're open till 5, 6 a.m. And I'm not sure, again, how some of these establishments are shut down, and within weeks, you know, they're reopened, and we hear complaints again from some of our residents about these places. I just want to thank my colleagues for their support at our annual Golden Gloves tournament on Saturday. I know Councilman Quintana stopped by, Councilman Gonzalez, the mayor was there, and we did have, you know, a number of kids representing different gyms in Newark. Coliseum actually had a good number of kids participate. I think they won 4 out of the 5 fights that they participated. They're out of the West Ward. And Friday, we hosted our bi-monthly job fair at the Cherry Blossom Center. We had representatives from the U.S. Census, along with FedEx, and we just want to send letters of, you know, appreciation through the council and the clerk to those 2 entities. And that's it, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Yes.
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 Yes. Mr. Clerk, a letter to the County of Essex regarding potholes on county roads. Also correspondence to the DOT on routes 21 and all the other routes coming into the city. I mean, if you go on 21, there's potholes all the way up to the north, and then when you go into the Belleville line, there is no potholes because they took care of that. So I again request that, and then the Essex County government too. And the Haynes Avenue Bridge, okay. The other note, tomorrow is, the life of Kenneth Allen Gibson is a story that has to be told for a long time. And tomorrow he will be here in the Rotunda from 12 to 6. And we urge all citizens and residents of our city to pay tribute to a man who paved the way. And my story is that I met Kenneth Allen Gibson when I was a little boy, when I was 10 years old, on Broadway and Grafton Avenue, with Ramon and Yeses, and they were a motorcade, and they were running for, they created, Baraka's father, Leroy, at the time, Mary Baraka, created the Black and Puerto Rican Convention. And I remember as a little boy, they pulled up to a place and they gave us some signs. They gave us some signs to put up. But the history of Kenneth Allen Gibson, there would have been no Sharp James. There would have been no first elected officials. There would have been no Larry Stokes. There would have been. I mean, the history continues to Beatties and et cetera. We can continue and talk about who. And the history of Mayor Kenneth Allen Gibson is to be told. And we also would like the Newark Library to do something in terms of when people visit this city and the museum of something of the life and the history of the movement of Kenneth Allen Gibson. Who was Kenneth Allen Gibson? Mary Baraka was the architect of the Black and Puerto Rican Convention, and Kenneth Allen Gibson was the engineer. So it tells you, and he was an engineer who worked in the engineering department of the city. So this man, we have to do more than just, it has to be more than just the street. There's too much legacy, and I would encourage us to start thinking of what we could do at the library and the museum, paying tribute to a man who paved the way for men and women, Hispanics and all, African American and all, and he did. So again, I just want to make sure that we let the general public know tomorrow from 12 to 6. The viewing will be here in the Rotunda, and again, it is important that we capture this part of a man who made history in our city and made our city what our city is today. If it wasn't for Kenneth Allen Gibson, there would have never been a PAC. Him and Tom King, when Tom King was governor, he was one, and then it followed with your father, with Mayor James. So again, 16 years of being a mayor, a great job as a great mayor, and he will go down as a great mayor of the history, in our history of our city. Thank you.
Second.
Amador?
Mr. President,
Yes.
Gonzalez?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Callum?
Yes.
Yes.
Osborne absent. Ramos?
Yes.
Ken
President
Gibson.
Quintana?
Yes.
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez.
Mr. President.
Mayor.
Mayor of Chicago, the first female African-American mayor of one of the biggest cities in the United States, Lori Lightfoot.
That's right. History. Okay. Mr. Clerk?
Actually, that.
Anything else, Mr. Clerk?
The first openly gay mayor.
Right. Correct.
I have a roll call on Councilman Gonzalez's motion. Do I have a second?
Roll call.
Roll call.
Amador? Yes. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Yes.
Callum?
Yes.
Yes.
Osborne absent. Ramos?
Yes.
Absent. President Quintana?
Yes. Yes.
Council of the whole to adjourn.
Okay.
Amador? Yes. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Yes.
Callum?
Yes.
Guyver? Yes. Osborne absent. Ramos? Yes. Trump absent. President Quintana?
Yes. Meeting adjourned. Hey.